Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be reading your guys' opinions on the upcoming Selle Français horses coming out next week. So essentially I asked on Reddit, of course, of all places, how you guys felt about the Selle Français spoilers that CC Creations basically posted, and you guys did not fail to deliver your opinions, and I will be reading them in this video. You guys actually replied with a lot of critiques. I actually don't have time to put all of them in this video, but I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. So if you don't know, the Selle Français is the horse breed coming out next week on March 13th. They will be sold at Silverglade Equestrian Center, so basically the manor, and they will be 900 star coins. This is all from CC Creations. Obviously we don't know these things like for sure, but CC Creations never really lies, so this is what we're going with. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so first things first, a little disclaimer. If you guys do not want to see any spoilers of the new horse breed, click off the video right now. I will probably be including some of CC Creations videos so you guys can have something to look at when I'm talking about the different things that I see in the opinions. So yeah, also I'm going to be training through this, and also for privacy purposes I have blurred out everybody's name that I included in the video, so no users will be shown. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first opinion says, I think my least favorite thing is the walking and the trot animation and kinda the canter, which is strange because the gallop / fast gallop is so fluid. I have a varying opinion about this. Personally, I think that the walk, the trot, and the canter is okay. And then when you get basically higher than the canter, or like the canter and then to the other gaits, it gets kind of wonky. You can kind of see the back legs and honestly all the gaits, but I think it really sticks out in the gallop and the fast gallop is how wonky the back legs are. Like it just does not look fluid to me. So I don't agree with this opinion, but I'm obviously not going to discredit this person because that's obviously their opinion. But I think we can agree that there's something wonky going on with the gaits. Like, it's not fluid. I really love the coats, and I definitely love the fast gallop. I do agree with the comment saying the trot is a bit stiff, but I was most concerned about the fast gallop since that's the animation I'll see the most. Overall, I think it's a really good mix of the Dutch Warmblood and the Belgian Warmblood, which I feel an eventing horse should be, so I definitely want a bunch. Okay, yeah, I can agree with this. Like I said, I think we all agree that the gaits are kind of funky, but at the end of the day, like, it is a warm blood and it should obviously have that warm blood feel for like eventing, cross country, which is kind of what they're used for. So I do agree, like for the most part, they're okay, but the gaits do need some work. So hopefully Star Stable works on the gaits before they release them. The next one is I'm planning on getting one. I think the flea bit in gray is really cute. I do agree. I think the flea bit in gray is probably going to be the most bought. So many people have said that they wanted the flea bit in gray, so I definitely think it'll be one of the most purchased, if not the most purchased. They look really good in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan on the jump and the trot animations, but otherwise Star Stable has done a great job on them, especially with the coats. I think majority of the coats are good. Again, everybody keeps kind of saying that the gaits need some work. Also in agreeance there. I honestly didn't really look at the jump too much, but I'll put it on the screen. You guys can give your comments, but I don't think I really had anything to say about the jump, but it's also, I don't know, I don't really look at the jump too much when I look at reviews and stuff. It's more of like the gaits that I feel like I'm going to see, because obviously like when you're jumping on your horse, you're going to see the back of the horse and not really like the animation of the jump, if that makes sense. But that's just me. I feel like other people probably look at the jump, but I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. The only thing, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. The only thing I like is a special move, but I don't even think it's worth buying just for that. Okay, that's valid. If you only like one part of the horse, don't get it. I agree. Me personally, I think the special move is a little interesting. They kind of look like bunnies. So based on the spoiler that Star Stable gave, I was hoping like maybe they'll release like a race special to them, kind of like a Horses of Jorvik race that they typically do that is specialized for like certain breeds. So maybe they'll like release a race specifically for them. I mean, I doubt it because that wouldn't be fair, but I I don't know. It's definitely an interesting special move, and I don't know if it's like used specifically for something in real life. I'm not really a horse person, so kind of the last person to ask. This person said they don't even want the horse, and you know what? That's fine. You're not gonna like every horse breed, and that's perfectly okay. I seriously love them. I think Star Stable really leveled up with their animations, and you can't complain about that price either. I am excited to get the chestnut. Yeah, so like I said at the beginning of the video, they're priced at $900 with special moves, which I think is literally fantastic. You can get some horse breeds in the game right now, and they're more expensive than the Selle Français, so I do think it's a very good price. Like, I feel like the Lipizzaner is probably like more expensive than this horse, and it's going to be like the most recent horse in the game, you know what I mean? They typically make the most recent horse release the most expensive, and this one is not, so I think that's wonderful. They're probably gonna have more people buy the horse for that reason, so also a good marketing ploy on their end. They feel like very green jumpers. I don't think that's all bad, but it almost feels like a disservice to the Selle Français. That being said, Warmbloods are all basically just one big puddle nowadays, so how do you really distinguish them when sires can choose what breed to go to, what to go into, and you can double register foals, etc. All in all, I love them, but my headcanon will be that they're the new slash better slash updated thoroughbreds, so I can have some off-track thoroughbreds like in real life. I can agree with this person. Like, all the Warmbloods kind of are gonna overlap, so it's like, how different are they gonna be from each other? Because honestly, like, let's be honest, like, the Dutch Warmblood is different. They kind of made the Dutch Warmblood have more of like a dressage feel, which I think separates them from like a Belgian Warmblood, but at the end of the day, like, they're both Warmbloods, and I feel like the Selle Français is going to be more of like a Belgian Warmblood type thing. I definitely think, like, obviously Star Stable has leveled up from last year when the Belgians came out, and so they're going to be more detailed than the Belgians, obviously, but at the end of the day, like, I do think they're going to obviously embody similar traits, because I mean, they're all kind of like the same breed, like, they're all Warmbloods, so I can see where this person is coming from. I'm planning on getting the Bay. It's just another Warmblood, so I don't need to get overly excited. Maybe the new placeholder texture to be released will be cool. Yeah, so they also did, CC Creations posted this too, that there's like a placeholder texture coming out, and it kind of looks like an April Fool's joke, not gonna lie, but hopefully it's, you know, kind of Star Stable's way of being like, you know, I'm not gonna show this breed to you guys, like, it's a haha thing, kind of like a gimmick, so we don't know what the actual coat will be or whatever. Hopefully that texture will be released at the Equestrian Festival, so we can like see the coat and stuff. But yeah, maybe it'll be something unique and nice, but who knows. I agree, I also will be getting the Bay, but if you know me, you know I always get the Bay, really, no matter what breed it is. I think the Ardennes, I did not get the Bay. I really want another Ardennes, but I'm really trying to refrain from buying another horse, but I want like 2 more Ardennes. I just love the breed, like, in general. Like, I literally trained Bramble and Macho so quick. Those are the names of my Ardennes I already have, and I trained them so quickly, and I just wanted another one, but I was like, I have way too many horses to train to buy another 2 of the same horse breed I already have, so I'm trying to save up for the Selle Français. But yes, I will be getting the Bay as well. They look to me like under-exaggerated gaits of the Dutch Warmblood, and I'm excited for this horse release. Yeah, I agree. I'm very glad that the Selle Français gaits are not as exaggerated as the Dutch Warmblood, like I said, because I feel like the Dutch Warmbloods have more of a dressage feel, which was very controversial. Obviously, a lot of people were not happy about that, but hopefully the Selle Français lives up to those people's expectations, because obviously, like this person just said, it's kind of under-exaggerated. Yeah, they kind of give me, like I said, more of a like Belgian Warmblood feel, but it's going to be more detailed than the Belgian Warmblood. I'm not amazed yet. They are not horrible, kind of neutral. I am not planning to buy one though. It feels like a filler horse before the American Standard bred is released. I feel like they probably didn't spend as much time as, like, I don't know, like the Ardennes. Like, I feel like they worked on the Ardennes for a minute. Obviously they are a very unique breed that probably took a little more to work, like, to work on or whatever. That kind of goes back to what a couple of people have said, that at the end of the day, like, the Warmbloods are kind of in a pool together and they're all going to overlap. So they probably didn't have to make, you know, like put in as much effort as those other breeds because they're all Warmbloods. So they all have kind of similar gaits. So yeah, I can see how it can be like a filler horse breed until the American Saddlebred comes out. So this one's kind of lengthy. I generally like the horses, but I have 4 complaints. Oh, okay. On the steel gray and the buckskin pinto, the color stops abruptly on their cheek/jaw. There isn't any continuation of the color on the branches of their jaws. It ends up looking like a weird face color block on their face. Okay, I can agree with this. I feel like they look a little bit janky, but me personally, I will still be buying both of those colors. They're so nice to me, but I don't know, hopefully they kind of fix that before their release, because obviously at the end of the day it's a spoiler video and they're not completely finished when those videos come out. But for the most part, Star Stable doesn't change it too much, but I can see what this person is saying. The colors don't do much for me. I prefer horses of solid color generally, so all of these pinto variations are just not my personal favorite. I don't care about this, but lots of people have commented on the gait. They feel less realistic than the Dutch Warmblood. I wish I could explain how, but I'm really struggling. It's just a gut thing. I feel as time passes and more horse models come out, I'll finally be able to put words to it. I feel like people expected this horse to look super unique, but the fact is it's a Warmblood, and most Warmbloods do look somewhat similar. Yeah, that's literally what a lot of other people have been saying. I agree. I mean, how different can it be from Warmblood to Warmblood, you know what I mean? And I also can agree, like, what this person is saying, like, it's not going to be as like extravagant as a Dutch Warmblood. I definitely agree. I don't feel like the gaits are going to be as detailed. I don't feel like the horse itself is going to be as detailed. I definitely think, like, if I could put the Warmbloods on a tier list, the Dutch Warmblood is at the top, and then it'll be the Selle Français, and then it'll be the Belgian Warmblood. Love, love, love. And I'm usually a hater. That's good. I'm glad that's what I'm saying. Like, this very much, there were so many mixed opinions, but it kind of looks like everybody kind of agreed on the same things, which is gaits, colors, and like detail, which I think everybody can agree to an extent. Like, I agree as well. I think they're overall great. The model is really on point for the breed. It's normal for all Warmbloods to kind of look alike, so the differences between them are more subtle, but very realistic in my opinion. The coats are gorgeous. The bay one looks a bit too much like the bay Dutch Warmblood, but sooty buckskin pinto is really not a coat you would see in this breed. Same for the chestnut pinto. They have a few bay pintos, but rarely chestnut. That said, they are still stunning. The animations, I assume, were not quite finished when the spoilers got out, and the walk, trot, and canter do look a bit stiff, as some people have mentioned, but it is realistic for the Selle Français to be in real life a bit stiffer than other Warmblood breeds, but the gallop looks like a real eventer's gallop. The idle animation is a bit much for my taste, but that's not a deal breaker, so I'm really excited for them and very curious about the coat that will come later. I like how this person kind of put a positive spin on everybody else's opinions, and they kind of were like, yeah, like, I agree with this, but if you look at like the real life, like, it kind of makes sense. I also agree. I'm not really a horse person, so I can't really say too much, which is why I was like, like, I'm not really a fan of the gallop and the fast gallop, but like, I don't really know horses anyway, so what does my opinion matter? And I'm probably still gonna buy them. And yeah, it also, like I said, like, the spoilers, they're not the end all be all, so the horse is still not complete. Like, they will be complete by next week, hopefully, and everybody will hopefully have, you know, more positive opinions about the gaits. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, like, it's pretty much all the same points. I'm really glad that everybody kind of is on the same page, which tells me that, like, the community can actually, like, agree on something. Like, yeah, like, we can all agree on this, like, exact thing about this horse. Everybody being kind of on the same page too about the opinions makes me think that it's probably an issue, you know, like, everybody's harping on the gaits. It's like, maybe there's a problem with the gaits. If everybody is saying something, you know, the coats, it's like, if everybody agrees that, like, this one coat is not looking hot, then maybe the coat isn't looking too good, you know what I mean? And then Star Stable will take that as constructive criticism and be like, okay, well, let's change this. Another thing that person mentioned was the idle animations. Yes, they are dramatic. That, like the way they kind of, like, walk away from the place they're standing for a little bit, like, that is dramatic. That is so dramatic. I don't really stand around too much in the game, but I know people who probably do. Like, that's probably going to be annoying. Like, I just know that'll probably be annoying to so many people. But like, I don't know, it's not like you're made to like stand around and kind of do nothing on the game, even though people do that. But I don't know, even if they're like standing in their stall and they're kind of like walking away from the place they are supposed to be standing in the stall, like it's gonna look a little odd. They are perfect other than their trot. Yeah, a lot of people have commented on the trot. Everybody's kind of agreeing that the trot looks a little funky. I do like them. The gallops are pretty good and really give the cross-country feel. They were going for, I love the bounce special animation too. I love the colors as a whole. Just curious as to how they will be in the game now and whether there will be any fix to some of the points others have mentioned. As I also agree that the rest of the gaits aren't great and some of the colors are a little odd on the head, but I will buy a couple. Yeah, like I 100% agree. I will still be buying the colors, but now that I've like read people like point out kind of the same thing, it makes me kind of raise my eyebrow like, huh, like I agree too. Like maybe that does look a little funky. Maybe that coat doesn't look quite finished, you know what I mean? So yeah, I also hope that Star Stable fixes it and, you know, puts the finishing touches on them before they get released. From what I've seen so far, I really like them. I love that the breed has an eventing focus and that they're starting to look like thoroughbreds. The coats are all gorgeous and really up my alley. That's nice to hear. I'm a little iffy on the walk and trot, but I don't hate them either. I do think the model and the gaits look better than the Belgian Warmblood. I know a lot of people don't like the Selle's auto animation, but I actually do because it's something different and feels realistic. Yeah, they do have an eventing feel. Some other people have said this as well. And I think because they do have like an eventing cross-country feel, now we have, you know, like more cross-country outfits, which I'm excited for. Like not even the horse itself. I'm more excited for the tack and the clothing, of course. Even though I'm like running out of closet space, I need to clean my closet again. But yeah, I'm really excited for the outfits that they have like shown. Like it's very, very nice. Okay, so there honestly were a lot more comments, but like I said, I didn't want this video to be too long, and also like everybody's kind of making the same points, so I don't want to kind of keep repeating myself. Everybody agrees on the coats, everybody agrees on the gaits, everybody kind of agrees on the same topics of this horse, so hopefully Star Stable makes obviously their finishing touches before these horses come out next week and it exceeds our expectations. So yeah, those are all of the comments I am going to read. Like I just said, hopefully improvements are made before next week. Please comment down below what you think, if you agree with some of these things that people said. I know I personally will be buying at least 1 or 2 Selle Français, and I do plan to film me buying them next week. I actually don't have morning class next week, so filming will literally be my morning, and I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to subscribe if you would like. Obviously, comment your opinions as well. I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.